Coming up today on Breeze TV, Cignetti is out and Bob Chesney is in. What this new coach will bring to JMU football.
Then the Dukes are going bowling. But how does JMU Nation plan on moving their streamers to the Longhorn State?
Plus, we're not the only ones live. WJXAM brings back their live shows that started in the 90s.
And the holidays are here. This is how JMU plans to celebrate.
And I'm coming live from the Rockingham-Harrisonburg SPCA. As we get ready for the festive season, we learn about how the shelter is preparing for colder weather. Stay tuned.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Breeze TV.
Welcome back to Breeze TV. I'm Zoe Mallory.
And I'm Maggie Rickerby.
JMU Nation has been on the edge of its seat since former coach Cignetti resigned last week. While the wait to see is over, Sports Director Colby Reese kicks us off today with the man taking over Bridgeforth.
Thank you, Zoe. Director of Athletics Jeff Bourne announced Bob Chesney as the 9th head coach in JMU football program history. Chesney coached at Holy Cross for the past 6 seasons, accumulating a 44-21 record during that time. Chesney has recorded 111 wins and 46 total losses in his coaching career, winning 7 conference championships in his 14 years as a head coach. Chesney signed a 5-year contract with the Dukes, ready to take over the program in its first year as a fully eligible FBS team. Breeze TV Sports will continue to bring updates as Chesney makes his way to JMU. Acting head coach Damian Wroblewski will coach JMU football as they head to Fort Worth, Texas for its first ever bowl game. The Dukes were selected to play in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl on December 23rd against Air Force. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the game will be nationally televised on ABC. The bowl will be played at Amon G. Carter Stadium, home of the TCU Horned Frogs. Wroblewski has coached for the Dukes since 2018, serving as offensive line coach and associate head coach for the offense. He wants the team to embrace the moment while playing in this bowl game.
The love of the people in that locker room and the respect that they have for each other. And to go through this experience, the very first bowl game in JMU history, we're going to make sure that we work hard, we chase excellence, and we have a good time doing it. We have fun together, and we enjoy this experience with each other.
Former head coach Kirk Cignetti, many assistants are also heading to Indiana. Wroblewski says putting together a coaching staff for the game will be an, quote, all hands on deck situation. With the departure of Cignetti and a lot of uncertainty heading into next season, many players have entered the transfer portal. Big-time contributors to the Duke's success this season, like quarterback Jordan McLeod, linebacker Aiden Fisher, and defensive lineman James Carpenter, have all entered their names into the portal. Those are just a few players looking at new destinations for their college careers. The program has also lost some high school commits, including wide receiver Jaja Boyd, who was JMU's highest-rated recruit ever. It's likely that the team's roster will look a lot different amid the departures. However, Wroblewski says he doesn't expect this to change how the group will look for the bowl game.
Intention is that every member of our team, in or out of the portal, will play in the game. The portal is a personal decision for future decisions to be made at another time. That's not important right now. What's important right now is this one last ride together.
JMU will be looking to get a 12th win this season when they face the Falcons in just over 2 weeks. That's your top sports stories this week. We'll have the rest of the sports decks later. For now, Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thanks, Colby. We're looking forward to more sports updates coming up next. Looking for a sweet treat during finals? Well, you're in luck. Today is the grand opening of a new bakery in downtown Harrisonburg, BMC Bakes. Owner Sarah Baker McEvely takes pride in her baked goods being gluten-free, frequently dairy-free, and occasionally vegan, after struggling to find inclusive treats she could eat with a gluten allergy.
I want to bake things that I can enjoy and eat, and I know how difficult it is for other people with this allergy to find things that are accommodating, and it can be really discouraging, like going into a store and not having any options or being nervous about the options because the people there don't know what they're talking about.
McEvely says she hopes her bakery creates a sense of security for people with food allergies. BMC Bakes will be open from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wednesdays through Saturdays and 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. In national news, the fourth GOP debate took place on Wednesday. Amelia Morgan has the details on this and more headlines from around the world in the National News Rundown.
Thanks, Maggie. There was a shooting at the University of Las Vegas on Wednesday. At least 3 people are dead and 1 injured, and the suspect, a former professor, has been killed. Viewership continues to decline as the fourth Republican debate took place this week. Former President Donald Trump was absent again as 4 candidates took to the stage. 30% of viewers claim Ron DeSantis won the debate, according to a Washington Post poll, but gained little support and is still polling 46.5 points behind frontrunner Trump. Tensions continue to grow as the Iowa caucus is less than 6 weeks away. Kevin McCarthy and Patrick McHenry announced that they will not be seeking re-election in 2024. There are now 37 representatives ending their congressional careers this cycle. U.S. job openings have fallen to the lowest level since March of 2021, a sign that the market is cooling down. Job openings totaled 8.7 million in October, a decline of 6.6% according to a Labor Department report. 6 Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank as the Israel-Hamas war intensifies. New videos show dozens of Palestinian men stripped to their underwear while detained by Israeli soldiers. Over 17,000 Palestinians have been killed since the war began, and 1,200 Israelis have died in Hamas's incursion into Israel. That's all of your national news and international headlines this week. Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thanks, Amelia. Coming up on our sports desk.
After 2 big wins for basketball this week, both teams have tough matchups ahead.
Then our senior send-off series kicks off with men and women's soccer.
Plus, it was a racquetball free-for-all last weekend in this tournament that brought Dukes from across campus together.
Stay tuned for more Breeze TV Sports with Colby Reese.
It's bow time.
Dude, we need gas.
Yo, we gotta get those Supremes.
We're not gonna make it.
It's bow time, baby.
So worth it, right? I'm glad y'all ran out of gas.
Boldly seasoned chicken Supremes with a biscuit, fixin', and drink. It's bow time. It's bow time. It takes 49 steps to bake a fluffy, made-from-scratch Bojangles biscuit. But to make it a country ham biscuit, it takes 50. Get a fresh buttermilk biscuit today with a slice of juicy country-style ham. It's bow time.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk, your source for all things JMU sports. This is Colby Reese. Harrisonburg, Virginia is over 1,200 miles away from Fort Worth, Texas. With JMU football set to travel to the Lone Star State for its first bowl game in program history, Dukes fans are finding a way to be in attendance at the big game. For most, booking a flight and hotel to see James Madison take on Air Force in the Armed Forces Bowl on December 23rd is a must. However, for others, JMU's bowl placement couldn't have been better.
Seeing all the people that have to buy airline tickets, and I was like, I'm so thankful. It's only a 4-hour drive for us. I was definitely excited that JMU got a bowl game here in Texas.
The game being so close to the Christmas holiday caused many challenges for supporters, from wanting to be back home by the 25th and the extra expense of airfare.
I think that lots of people that would have liked to go would have loved a 27th game or even a 16th game. So I do think just the Proximity to Christmas is hard.
Went online and looked at airfare prices. Quite a sticker shock. Wasn't quite certain I was going to be able to go. And then a little bit later in the week, prices came down a little bit, and I was just like, one chance to go to our very first bowl game, so I had to jump on it.
JMU is no stranger to playing important games in the state of Texas, as the team made 3 FCS national title games in Frisco in 2016, 17, and 19.
The national title games, I feel like our fan base travels very well. Like there was a ton of purple there represented, so I'm really hoping that this one is equally well traveled.
Each of the 3 championship games that I went to just dominated the stands and the parking lots and the tailgates and everything.
Despite all the factors of attending the bowl game, many fans just simply couldn't miss it given all of the recent success of the university recently.
Name me a school that's doing better and having a better year than JMU. I dare you to come up with somebody. I mean, I can't think of another school that's having a better year than us in all aspects of the school.
For those who are unable to travel to Texas to see JMU play in person, the game will be nationally televised on ABC. Women's basketball faced off against William & Mary at the Atlantic Union Bank Center last night, looking to secure back-to-back wins. The Tribe led by 5 after the first quarter, putting up 20 points in the opening frame. The Dukes would cut the lead down to 1 heading into halftime. Into the second half, JMU began to break away, putting up 21 points in the third quarter and 23 in the fourth. JMU's defense held William & Mary to 24 total points in the second half. The Dukes would go on to beat the Tribe 75-56. JMU out-rebounded William & Mary 53-30 in the win. Ksenia Kozlova led the way with 20 points and 8 rebounds. Ashanti Barnes scored 14 points off the bench, which is a D1 collegiate career high for the junior forward. James Madison now has more than a week off before its next 2 games at Maine and Maryland. With conference play beginning at the end of the month, the team understands the importance of the next 2 road matches and is ready for the challenge.
We're going to be tested. Like the next 2 games are going to really, really test us, and that's okay. I don't mind that, but I am seeing the growth in that, and they're really buying into that. So, yeah, I think we're getting there. We're not there. We're getting there.
The team's record now stands at 7-3. Their next game will be at Maine and will take place on December 17th at 1 p.m. Men's basketball matched up with Keystone College on Sunday and secured a giant 130-59 win. 7 Dukes scored in double figures, with Michael Green III leading the way with 21 points. Every player on JMU's roster played in the game and scored at least once. James Madison now leads the country in scoring, putting up 95.4 points per game. Moving past the 71-point victory, the team will take on Old Dominion on the road tomorrow. This is the first of 3 meetings between the Dukes and the Monarchs this season. The group knows this game will be a tough test and plans to put the week without a game to use.
We're a marked team right now, and I'm anticipating that Old Dominion crowd being one of the toughest we play in all year. Last year, I think it was either a sellout or close to sellout when we were there, and we get to go back twice this year.
The Dukes are now ranked 18th in the AP Top 25 poll. JMU's game against ODU will tip off at 7 p.m. As the soccer season recently concluded, reporter Tommy Gerganis sat down with a very key men's soccer player and part of this year's senior send-off series.
Thanks, Colby. After a 9-goal freshman season at West Virginia, redshirt senior Rodrigo Robles played 4 seasons with the Dukes. Robles largely considers his last season here to be his best. This Sweet 16 run you guys had has been like kind of a part of a larger, attention on JMU athletics. What's it kind of been like, with the success of some of the other programs and then you guys having, great success?
I mean, we know we are part of a special place, a special community, and representing JMU is very special for us. We know the other teams are doing great, and it's not lucky that we are doing that, right? It's because of all of the work with the faculty members, people like Dr. Bob Morgan that help us on a daily basis, Christian with the media. It's just everything is so well set up for the experience of the student athlete that we are just performing at our best, and because of them, all the help that we have from the coaches, from the staff, from everybody in the university.
Viewers can watch this interview in its entirety on Breeze TV's Instagram and YouTube. That's all I have for soccer this season. Back to you, Colby.
Thanks, Tommy. Club Racquetball rallied students for its end-of-semester tournament this past weekend. Club members competed in a bracket-style format. The tournament was open to professors, alumni, and students who aren't a part of the club. The feature was implemented to combat the low turnout in the past years. The idea is to reach students who feel repelled by the competitiveness of sports.
It gives a good opportunity for people, like I said, that aren't directly involved in the club to come out and play. And it's also a good way to recruit, let people introduce themselves to members of the club, see what the sport's about, and then see if they like it from there.
If you're interested in joining Club Racquetball, Rockmore encourages you to come out. You may just hit it off. Bree Sports will be making the trip to Fort Worth for JMU's bowl game, so be sure to stay tuned for all of the coverage before and after from myself and Bree Sports editors Caden Bridges and Jackson Hefner. We'll also have live coverage during the game on December 23rd. That's all from the world of sports this semester. Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thanks, Colby. Coming up on Breeze TV.
It's time we say goodbye to December grads. Would this next group of alumni think of their final week in the Berg?
And our reporter Noelle James is live at the RHSPCA with some furry friends.
Plus, speaking of furry friends, this family is working together to provide forever homes to man's best friend.
There's still so much left on Breeze TV.
It's bow time.
We gonna split this solo?
No. Come on. Split the drive?
No chance.
What are you wearing? Split these?
I thought you'd never ask.
Introducing Bo's Barbecue Chicken Sandwich and Bo's Carolina Gold Chicken Sandwich. Boldly seasoned hand-breaded chicken, topped with pickles, slaw, and your choice of 2 sauces. So good, you'll want to get both and split them with a friend. Download the Bojangles app and order ahead. It's bow time.
This is Breeze TV.
Live shows are back on air at WXJM, JMU's student-run radio station. The return of the in-studio performances go tied back to the station's history of live music.
Since the 90s, WXJM's live shows on air played an important role in connecting the station to the Harrisonburg community by keeping people engaged with the music scene. The COVID-19 pandemic put a pause to the shows, but this semester they're finally back. Project Serenity was one of the first to perform. Their drummer Hassan Ali explains what the live shows mean to him.
I think the WXJM live shows coming back is actually really substantial for the music scene in Harrisonburg, because Harrisonburg's music scene is like huge already.
Listeners can expect about 2 shows a month, ranging from 20 minutes to an hour. The selection of music artists is endless. From folk to indie punk, the station covers it all.
We just had like a really good mix of a lot of different bands. I think my hope was that they'd all, stick out in their own way.
With shows being back, many bands are trying to get in on the action. WXJM General Manager Kate Bean says it was sad to not have the live shows going on, and she made it a personal goal of hers to bring them back.
I'm grateful that the bands want to be here, that they care so much about WXJM and the history of our live shows and are excited to bring it back.
The station plans to have more shows next semester and hopes to showcase live performances in Warner Commons. They also hope to bring back the live show Kool-Aid, a charitable music festival that debuted in 1992 in what is now Madison Union Ballroom.
I think once the band comes here and plays, they're kind of part of our community forever, and we'll continue to support them and invite them here as long as they want to perform with us.
You can listen to future live shows on WXJM and watch all previous shows that have been recorded live and posted to their YouTube channel. Reporting for Breeze TV, this is Jacob Morris.
Many students are waiting up to finish up finals, and some are ready to be alumni. Reporter Abby Allard spoke with some December grads about their upcoming walk across the stage.
With less than 2 weeks left, December grads are finally able to walk across the stage to receive their diplomas. But as graduation approaches, many took a trip down memory lane, including Leah Johnson.
Never had a graduation. I've never walked across the stage, so this will be my first time. Really hoping I don't trip or fall or anything, but I'm excited to be done.
Jackson Stam shared some words of wisdom for students who are stressed about finals and ready to be out of Harrisonburg.
Don't pay attention to all the negatives. Try to find the positives, get through your classes, work hard. Also, have a good time. Give yourself a break. Don't take things way too seriously.
Fifth-year Lauren Johnson wasn't always excited to leave JMU for her post-grad plans, but is now looking forward to spreading her wings.
I was nervous at first to just be like, oh my God, after come December 16th, it's adulthood, whatever. But I'm just so excited at this point. I've just had so much time to sit on it, and nerves are gone.
One thing these grads have in common is JMU is something worth missing. Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Abby Allard.
Have the thought of finals and graduation been stressing you out? Well, hanging out with some puppies might be the perfect solution. Reporter Madeline Gallagher is in studio with more. Madeline?
Thanks, Zoe. If you are in need of a smile, you can stop by Puppy City and make good use of their playtime services. The owners are a local Harrisonburg family who dedicate their time and energy into finding puppies their forever home. They say they love how JMU students find excitement and relief at their store. I was able to sit down with the owner and learn more about the sense of community the Puppy City family has built. This family-run business has been bringing smiles to the Burg for just over 5 years now. Connie Fox, owner and manager of the Harrisonburg Puppy City, talks about how this job made her dreams come true.
I've always said I'd rather work with animals than I would people, and who knew? At my age, I'd finally be working with animals.
One employee says it's the Fox family and the sense of community that they bring that makes the workplace so special.
It's family owned, and they really love and care for the animals like they're their own babies. And they treat each of their employees like their family.
The Foxes say they consider JMU part of their family too. Harmon says students benefit from the emotional support the puppies offer during the semester.
This is like a therapy place for our students, and we do have several JMU students as employees. They do come in, and it does help them when they're going through finals, especially when the new students just come in and this is their first year and they've left home.
For Harmon, the message is simple.
We want the best for our dogs, and we want our customers to know that. There's not a dog in here I wouldn't say that I wouldn't like to have.
The Fox family thinks that's the way it should be. That community atmosphere uplifts their employees, the JMU community, and gives the puppies a welcoming stop before finding their family. Reporting for Breeze TV in Harrisonburg, this is Madeline Gallagher. And if just visiting Puppy City isn't enough for you and you need a more permanent companion, the RHSPCA is looking for fosters this holiday season. And for one last time, as a student journalist, reporter Noelle James is live from the shelter, sharing how you can bring joy to pets in need.
Thanks, Maddie. I'm joined by Foster Program Manager Heather Yancey, who's going to give us some more insight about the program. Thank you so much for your time today, and let's get into it. Tell me how many animals are in the shelter total.
Thank you, Noelle. We have approximately 320 animals in our care right now, and that's pretty evenly split between the foster program and the shelter. So the greatest need at this time is getting some of these animals out of the shelter and into foster before the colder weather hits.
And what I know you've kind of touched on this, but what is the biggest challenge or the biggest number of animals that need to get into foster care right now?
Ideally, we could get 10 to 20 dogs into foster care in the next week or two for at least 2 weeks. That would give us space in the shelter for incoming intakes from the community. It's going to get cold. People are going to start calling, concerned about animals in the community. A lot of those dogs are going to end up in our care. We also have to consider that we have JMU students leaving in the next week for winter break. Congratulations, seniors. And those dogs are also going to have to come back to the shelter. So we really do need to make some room right now.
Again, what is that period? So between right now when they graduate and the graduation period ends until next semester, correct?
Yes. I would love for people to be able to foster all the way through break. However, I realize that that's not exactly realistic for everyone's schedule. It would be a giant help if we could have fosters onboarded just for the next 2 weeks at this time. So anyone who's staying for at least the first 2 weeks of break, professors, local students, anyone who's not going home for break until Christmas maybe, I would love their help.
And you have a special guest with us today. I want you to introduce us to our friend today, our furry friend today. Who is this that we have today?
This is Dixie. Dixie, would you like to say something?
Hi, Dixie. Do you want to say hi?
Oh, goodness.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Dixie's 11. She is a hound mix. She's available for adoption right now, but she is also a candidate for foster placement.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Heather and Dixie, for your time. Back to you, Zoe and Maggie in studio.
And as we wrap up the 2023 season of Breeze TV,
JMU lit the first candle on the menorah last night as Hanukkah's first night took off.
Then the 40th anniversary of tree lighting on the quad and how these lights made Madison.
You don't want to miss this last episode.
Bojangles, Cajun filet biscuit. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Breakfast so good, we serve it all day. Get the best chicken biscuit. The one, the only Cajun filet biscuit. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun filet biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time.
This is Breeze TV.
Kicking off the holiday season, Hillel held a Hanukkah party last Sunday to kick off the festive Jewish celebrations. They played dreidel, told Hanukkah stories, colored, and even made their own edible dreidels. Reporter Amelia Morgan joined the group to learn about how JMU students celebrate the holiday.
JMU Hillel spun the dreidel with the Jewish community for a Hanukkah party on Sunday. With plenty of latkes and donuts to go around, Hillel brought traditions to students away from home.
For me, honestly, Hanukkah is all about family. And so it's kind of hard not being with my family for Hanukkah.
So friends are family.
Hannes Devon is among the many Jewish students this year who will find comfort within their friends during the holiday season.
I'm going to do a little celebration with my friends on the first night to light the menorah together.
I like to celebrate by eating latkes, duh, playing dreidel, duh, opening presents.
According to Hillel.org, around 480 out of 22,000 JMU students are Jewish.
The story of Hanukkah is like they're being oppressed by like the Greeks, and like what Jews do is they put the menorah in the window and like it shows I'm proud of being Jewish.
It just kind of represents how like we're bringing light into the world, and I think that's a big part of Hanukkah. Like it's supposed to be like the festival of lights, and I think a big part of Judaism in general is spreading positivity and light in the world.
Hillel says they hope to be a place of community for Jewish students.
If you're Jewish and you want to find your Jewish community here, we're having events. We want to see you. Like, we want you to come out. So just follow us on Instagram, and then you'll see stuff.
Hanukkah began last night, Thursday the 7th. So if you celebrate, load your candles right to left and light them left to right. Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Amelia Morgan. Happy Hanukkah!
For the holiday season, while the quad is now merry and bright for the holidays.
It's been 40 years since JMU's SGA held its first quad lighting. Students gathered on the quad with hot chocolate and snacks to enjoy the end of semester tradition.
This place just holds so many memories for me. I really wanted this event to be a kind of coming together community moment for us to remember why we come to JMU, why we stay here, especially in the midst of all of the grades and assignments and projects and tests and everything coming up.
Brielle says it wasn't just SGA. It wouldn't have been possible without the help of housekeeping, facilities management, and catering. According to SGA, all of their hard work paid off.
It's just really awesome to see so much care and passion taken into a university tradition.
Freshman Karen Conlaws says when she came to JMU, she never expected her school to have so much holiday spirit.
It's really different, actually. I really like it. I like how we're all together and we're just enjoying each other's company. And that's what I really love about this campus, how we just enjoy each other and I just love the spirit.
As a staple of the past 40 years, Tim Miller says this is one of the few times the quad is altered, and it is a fond memory for his JMU friends.
This is a JMU moment. This is a thing that you can look at and say, I love this place. I love that we do this. And the addition this year of all the other quad lighting, I think is just transformative for the space and for everyone's experience.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Zeta Sudduth.
Christmas is just around the corner, and Christmas trees are an essential for many folks during this time of year. At Every Soul Acres Christmas Tree Farm, they've already begun preparing for the busy holiday season. Laura Wolf and her husband are third-generation owners of the Christmas Tree Farm, having owned it since 2017. Wolf said picking out a real Christmas tree instead of a fake one is a tradition that families look forward to every year.
Having a real tree in your home, it's a completely different experience between the aroma that it lets off or just the know that if there's something that's alive and it's a part of that true expression of the real meaning of Christmas.
Wrap up their holiday season with a Santa greeting station and a live nativity scene on December 23rd.
Community is why we do what we do here at Every Soul Acres. And so throughout the season, we have things like petting zoos because children love to have hands-on experience. While they're here for their tree, they might as well learn about animals and all the other fun things we do at the farm.
If you're looking for a live Christmas tree this weekend, you may need to bundle up. Contributor Katie Woolston has this weekend's weather. Katie?
Thanks, Maggie. On Friday, we've got temperatures warming up just a bit from this cold week we've had. Most areas are going to be in the low 60s with a few places in the high 50s and clear skies for the day. As for temperatures on Saturday, we're still remaining in the high 50s and low 60s, only warming up a few degrees in some areas. We've got sunny skies for the day with temperatures reaching as high as 66 in Franklin and Petersburg. On Sunday, we've got some clouds coming in the area with a chance of rain through the area. Temperatures are cooling down, getting as low as 42 in Lexington and 45 in Franklin. That's all I have for weekend weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Katie. Well, earlier in the broadcast, we talked about December grads, and Breeze TV has our own December grads. Reporters Noelle James and Amanda Hampton are going to be walking the stage next week. Maggie and I want to wish them a wonderful graduation and a wonderful time. They're going to do such amazing things. We're so excited to see what they do.
Yes, we're so excited for you. Congratulations. And we will see you all next year for our next year's broadcast. Same time, same place.